I'm still trying to make heads or tails of this one, because it's kind of baffling even for me. You know, a lot of folks got themselves in some hot water due to some illegalities and things of that nature during the previous presidential election. You all have all heard about the orchestrated scheme by the former president to obstruct an official proceeding on January 6th. But some folks, they were doing things in different states too, illegally. And a bunch of folks went in, got their mugshot, paid their bail, and they were on their way, awaiting their trial dates. No such luck was the case for a man by the name of Harrison Floyd. Now, this is what's confusing me about this circumstance. Harrison Floyd is a former, director, spokesperson for Blacks for Trump. Now, this individual is alleged by the state of Georgia to have committed a couple of crimes in terms of intimidating folks and whether that's the case or not, this person is still sitting in Fullerton County Jail. Yeah, I don't even know, y'all. Because all the rest of those lawyers, they went in, they paid their bail, and they're chilling at home, doing what they do. Now, Harrison Floyd is someone who's rumored or alleged to have a net worth of between $800,000 to $1 million. Yeah. His bail was, I believe, $100,000, something of that nature. Short little note on that. You don't ever pay the full amount. So it's not really $100,000. It's like, I think, only 10%. So it would have been like $10,000. Now, here's the confusing part of this. If you have a net worth of $1 million, you're telling me that you don't even have $10,000 to get out of jail and pay your bail. That's mind-boggling to me. Look, is that not mind-boggling to you? If someone has a net worth of $800,000 to $1 million and they can't scramble to get $10,000 and pay their bail, I'm confused. So that confused me. Another thing that confused me is this. All of those other Trump associates, the racketeers, the criminals, allegedly criminals. They haven't been convicted yet, but allegedly. All of them were going down to the courthouse at the same time paying their bail. Now, I gotta think that because they're such a tight-knit family, right? This is what they tell us. Because they're such a tight-knit family and they all love Donald Trump so much, how come everybody's bail just wasn't paid by the big guy? Yeah, the head honcho. He should have had like $10,000. Look, you say that's unrealistic, but not really. Not when he's using 3 out of every $4 raised to pay for legal fees for himself. Yeah, that's not unrealistic. That's completely realistic. Everybody's bail should have been paid. This dude, Harrison Floyd, sitting in Fullerton County Jail now for the past 72 hours? You all, that's egregious. Yeah, I feel sorry for him and I don't even agree with him. I just feel that that's egregious. Yeah, he's sitting in county jail. Do you want to sit in Fullerton County Jail? Nobody does. Yeah, Jenna Ellis, John Eastman, all of these folks, Chesbro, all of these folks are going in and out paying the bail. You're telling me when he ran up in there, he couldn't say, hey, I don't have 10,000. Can you write me a check or have your people write a check? Because these are all wealthy white Americans. They all have a lot of money. And so this dude is supposed to have a net worth of $1 million too. Yet 10,000 he can't come up with it. It's just, it's mind-boggling. I don't even get it. So I'm wondering why the head honcho, why he didn't pay for everybody's bail. Yeah. That's what's confusing too. Another thing that's perplexing, that's very confusing to me, why nobody is advocating for him. Yeah, usually you have Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia advocating for criminals, like the folks that stormed the Capitol. She's been advocating for them, going in there, looking at their conditions, the prison and all of those kind of things. I guess checking out a cell potentially for herself, but you never know. She hasn't murmured a peep about this dude. And this is a person who was a director of Blacks for Trump. She hasn't said anything. Yeah. Likewise, black conservatives, there are some. They haven't said anything either. Candace Owens. This woman is worth millions of dollars. You're telling me she can't cut a $10,000 check to help out Harrison Floyd? Larry Elders. He didn't make the debate, you all. Go figure, shocking. He's worth millions of dollars. Syndicated radio talk show host for decades. He can't come on the air and raise $10,000 for Harrison Floyd? The reason why I say this is really kind of perplexing and strange is because these are the same folks who raised $5 million for Daniel Penny, who murdered Jordan Neely on the subway train station. These are folks that raised $2-3 million for Brett Hankerson, who murdered Breonna Taylor. Surely $10,000 is like peanuts. It's a drop in the bucket, right? Oh, there's just one little problem. I didn't tell you all this. Harrison Floyd is a black person. He's a black conservative. So I think that's maybe why he's still sitting in Fullerton County Jail. This is really kind of true. People that use you and abuse you don't like you. They'll just use you and abuse you until they can't use you and abuse you anymore. And then they'll toss you aside, like they've done Harrison Floyd. They won't even mention him. It's like he doesn't exist, even though he did all of that shit for Donald Trump, his cult leader. Can you imagine committing rampant criminality for someone? You believe in him that much, and then they just let you sit in the prison? Yeah. That man shouldn't have spent 2 seconds in Fullerton County Jail. Period. Yeah, he claims that he supports people who are loyal to him. There can be no more loyalty than going to jail for a scumbag. A 2-time, twice impeached ex-president, a crook, a thief, a liar, and a rapist. And he went to prison for this. And this man, all he needed is $10,000. You all. I'm not lying. I feel bad for this individual. I really do. I don't feel bad that he's not getting what he deserves. He is getting what he deserves. But I feel bad that they won't even come to his rescue. And he went out of his way to do this for them. Yeah. It's such a shame, y'all. They're acting like he doesn't even exist. Yeah, I heard that he started some type of GoFundMe account and they only raised about $5,000. Yeah, it's bonkers. It's crazy. You know, a lot of folks online are saying that if Donald Trump is the nominee in 2024, a lot of black men, they know black women are not going to ever vote for Donald Trump. That's a fact. So they say a lot of black men are going to support Donald Trump in 2024. Well, I don't know. It's not a good look to have the dude who's director of Blacks for Trump sitting in Fullerton County Jail because nobody would give him $10,000. And he went hard for the mat for his cult leader. And his cult leader couldn't even cut him a $10,000 check. Yeah, that's not a good look. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you all. Yeah. Look. What do you think people think about that? Seriously. You know, people will make all these kind of crazy internet videos saying all kind of shit. But we all know that's just for clicks, views, and likes. Outside of all of that, people have real feelings about that kind of situation. Here is somebody who probably has gone to every Trump rally, probably has gone out of their way to say Donald Trump is a saint sent from heaven to deliver all of us. And this man committed potentially crimes. And he needed $10,000 to get out of prison. And nobody would give him a penny. Yeah. They care more about the January 6th folks. Why? Because they don't look like Harrison Floyd. That's why. Yeah, think about that. So, you tell me what you think. I'm confused. Black conservatives haven't come to assist this man. White conservatives haven't come to assist this man. Donald Trump has not come to assist this man. None of those lawyers who paid their bail and saw him struggling to raise the money came to assist this man. No family, no friends have come to assist this man. What the heck? Yeah, I said I can't believe it. Yeah. And then you all, let this also be a life lesson. If you're going to do crime, which, I don't advocate that people do anything illegal, but you know how it is. People do what they're going to do. However, if you're going to commit crime, at least have the money to pay bail. In most cases, your bail is now going to be $100,000, but in most cases, you're not trying to obstruct an official proceeding by the United States government. So, The bail was set at a little bit higher of a bar because of the nature of the crime. But again, that's only $10,000. This man is supposedly worth $1 million. Net worth of $1 million. He has a vacation home. Yeah, think about that. Apparently somebody said that he's been in the armed services, yeah. They said that he assaulted somebody who came to a process server. Okay. So basically a process server is somebody who serves you the paperwork. He apparently assaulted that individual. That's why he might have a higher bail as well. You know, I tell folks these are not necessarily the nicest of individuals to begin with. That's why they're in this circumstance, but that notwithstanding, I can't really understand why nobody has come to this man's assistance. Yeah. No, I wouldn't contribute a penny to him. I'm not part of a cult or conservative. But I'm just saying, this man should not be sitting in Fullerton County Jail, you all. This is crazy. And then these are the same people that say that Black Americans are going to vote for Donald Trump, but his own director of Blacks for Trump is sitting in Fullerton County Jail, and he won't even pay his bail. Yeah. So how does that look to people? Not too good, I would imagine. Hey, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. That's crazy, yo. Nobody has come to this man's assistance. Nobody. Yeah. Somebody said this is a director of Black Voices or Blacks for Trump, something like that. I don't know. You know, he had a whole band of clowns with him. You know, that's why I said it's like the circus. It's like the Ringling Brothers circus. You know how they used to go out to performances and they would have a whole group of folks. Yeah, that's how it is with him. So, this is like one of your performers in your circus getting into some type of legal trouble, and you as the head honcho of the performance not wanting to get him out of this trouble when you can easily do it. Yeah, it's like they want to make Harrison Floyd suffer. That's what I get out of this, you all. Because he shouldn't have spent an hour in jail. As soon as they found out he needed $10,000, they should have paid that shit right away. All that money those folks got, and this man is sitting in jail. Yeah, everybody's laughing at this. This is funny. This is hilarious. To me, I find it tragic and sad. He went all out of his way to do this, and he's sitting in jail. No money. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't feel sad about it. I just think that it's completely ridiculous. Nobody's come to his defense on their side. I said I wouldn't give him a goddamn penny. Yeah. But them folks that agree with them, you know, his team, they should come to his assistance. Yeah. That's crazy. I find it perplexing. Very odd and weird. Yeah. And he doesn't even have a lawyer. Somebody said he doesn't even have a lawyer. Yeah. Now, a note about that. Folks were wondering on the internet about why the court didn't assign him a public defender. You get assigned a public defender based off of your abilities in terms of your wealth. So if you don't meet a certain threshold in terms of your wealth, then you get assigned a public defender. Because the role of a public defender is to defend someone because they don't have the necessary adequate means to afford a lawyer. I told you all, Harrison Floyd has a net worth reportedly of $800 to $1 million. If you have a net worth of $800,000 to $1 million, you are never going to be assigned a public defender. Period. You can afford a lawyer. So why this individual doesn't have a lawyer, I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy too. You know, I think for some of them, a handful of them, they're going to find out that this is serious. He's probably, I can only surmise, this is my assumption. He's probably at this point not taking this too serious. He's probably saying, oh, this is not serious. I'm not going to take this whole process serious. But those charges and the office in which they're coming from, look here. When, regardless of the DA Fannie Willis, I'm talking about her office, they prosecuted 11 RICO cases. So this is all they do is RICO cases. They're really good at that. And for him not to take it seriously, well, I think now that he's sitting in Fullerton County Jail, he's probably going to start to get it in his head real quickly that this is serious. Yeah. You know, sometimes reality doesn't set in until you're in a very precarious situation for certain folks. Yeah, he's not going to get any type of special treatment because he's a veteran or any of that, because you had a bunch of veterans storm that United States Capitol building and they're not getting any special treatment either. I don't really think people really truly understand how serious that situation is and was. The severity of it. It's pretty severe. They're going to be dealing with that for years and years to come. Yeah. That's no laughing matter. Yeah, he was trying to, I saw a little bit the snippet of the video where the judge, she's not the presiding judge, she was just acting as judge for that day. I saw where he was trying to, in my opinion, he was trying to be very curt with her. Yeah, he was trying to be very curt with her. And people were like, well, her tone. But no. He was wanting to ramble. And you have to understand, when you're in an official court proceeding, you don't really get to talk about your innocence or guilt. Like, that's not something that comes up at that point in time. That's a procedural part of the case. She's just assigned to that to do her duties there. And he wanted to start talking about things that weren't pertinent to what her duties was. And she had to be very specific. Yeah. So I don't blame her for what she did. A lot of you all, you're gonna, when these trials start being televised, you all gonna learn a lot about the legal proceedings. You see, they don't really teach that to folks. Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot about the legal proceedings. Yeah. So, yeah, it's bewildering to me why he's still sitting in Fullerton County Jail. Yeah. To me, even if they give him money and he gets out sometime tomorrow or by the weekend, the fact that he sat in that Fullerton County Jail all this time, he's probably going to be very pissed with him about that. Yeah. Because they could have easily wrote that man a check. Period. There's no excuse for that. Donald Trump is using $3 out of every $4 he raises from campaign funds to pay his legal fees. Jenna Ellis was like calling up on the phone telling him, hey, cut me some of that money. All of them were. Rudy Giuliani has been begging for money. Yeah, all of them have been begging him for money. Because they know he's stealing money from everybody else, so they're like, you better cut us some money. Yeah. The fact that Harrison Floyd didn't have direct contact with him, that's kind of odd too. He's Black Voices for Trump, right? Yeah, he's the director. You all. So it's the Looney Tunes hour over there, per the norm with those folks. I tell folks, before you get involved with folks, really know if they have any type of scruples. Yeah, if they're unscrupulous folks, I would maybe think twice about getting legally binded into a situation with folks. That might not be the most pertinent thing for you to do. But hey, this guy Harrison Floyd, maybe he's a crook too, because he's got a net worth of $1 million supposedly. Now where did he get this money from? Yeah, we don't even know anything about him. You don't know any business that he runs? Yeah, maybe he's on the up and up, but, when people gravitate towards people that they know are crooks, thieves, liars, unscrupulous people, I always tend to think birds of a feather flock together. Like something attracted you to that person. And we all know what Donald Trump is. Like everybody knows what that is. So anybody really gung-ho and attracted to that, it's like, it doesn't bode well for your character either. Yeah. Go figure, this man is still sitting in Fullerton County Jail though. You all those people that were in and out. It was like a rotating door. They went in, paid their bond, left. This dude is the only dude who went in there, didn't have the money. They said mugshot him, fingerprint him. Here's your jail cell. And then that's when he started apparently begging people for the money. But if you don't have the money up front, you're not willing to do what you need to do to get the money, which maybe means putting your home up for sale. It might mean selling some of your luxury items. Maybe he's got Rolex watches. You have to do what you have to do when you get yourself in a bind. Yeah. I can't really fault all the rest of them for not wanting to help him out, because you don't know what they had to do to come up with that money. So for him to try to act like it's their fault. That's not really that fair either. I'm just saying, why have no conservative activists come to his defense? They haven't even spoken about it. They all know he's in Fulton County Jail. If I know, they know. Stop playing. They don't give a damn about him. That's what he's finding out. They don't give a damn about him. Period. Never have, never will. Yeah. Folks that use you and abuse you don't care about you. They'll use you up and abuse you until they don't need you anymore, and then they'll toss you aside like a garbage piece of trash that you are, and they'll close the lid on you. Period. And that's what they've done with him. They don't need him anymore. Yeah. He's like the fall guy. Yeah. All of them, let me tell you how real shady people think. They're probably scheming a way to put this all on him. Yeah. You know, once you get in a bind, criminals, once they get in a bind, they all start snitching on each other. And then they try to look for a fall person. Somebody that they can throw under the bus. All of them can come to a consensus on throwing that person under the bus. Well, as luck would have it, he's in Fulton County Jail. He can't raise the money to pay his bail. Who do you think they're going to throw under the bus? Yeah, the dude sitting in county jail. They're going to throw him under the bus. Watch and see. They're going to concoct some type of scheme where he's the ringleader. Even though we know who the real ringleader is, they're going to say he did it. All of those people in Coffee County who got indicted on RICO, they're going to say Harrison Floyd was the one who cooked it up. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. You're dealing with liars, thieves, and crooks. They don't give a damn about the truth. Yeah. He's going to find out momentarily how really shady, shiesty, and unscrupulous those folks are. Like, we know who they are. Yeah, but he's going to find out. They're going to throw him under the bus. He's going to be the fall guy. Mark my words, you heard it here first. That's why they've all been told all the conservative activists don't say anything about it. Because he's going to be the fall person. That would be my assumption. I could be wrong, but you all know I'm never wrong about these kinds of things. Look, if it's one thing I know about this type of insidious folks who operate in this republic, is that they have no scruples whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, they'll wear a cross and say they're Christ-like, but you all know, for centuries, have you ever seen anything Christ-like from them? It's like the folks in the Middle East who say they're Muslims and their religion is a religion of peace, but every time you look up, they're blowing some shit up, right? So people can say a lot of shit, is what I'm saying, but actions always generally speak louder than words. Yeah, he's going to be the fall guy. That's why they haven't said shit about it. He's going to take the fall. All of them, watch, all of the folks in Coffee County who got indicted, they're going to say Harrison Floyd cooked it up. Kanye West's publicist, that woman who was smiling from ear to ear, they're going to throw her under the bus too. Yay, he's going to get thrown under the bus. All of those folks are. They don't give a damn about it. It's not personal, it's just business. And then they'll tell you it's not even business, it's self-preservation. Yeah. That's how it works. I don't know what they done told you, but that's how it works. That's how it really works.